Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. You already know what to do, so just go ahead and do it. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And if you are not getting notifications, then check to see if your bell is still checked for all. Right? We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We're going to talk about some things here. The stock market today is rising. And there's a reason why the stock market is rising and crypto. Everything is rising. So here's one of the things that's going on. We got S&P rallies, 1% on pace for first close above 6,800. We're talking about the S&P ever on potential China trade deal. So here's what's going on for those of you that don't know. Stocks jumped to new record highs after U.S. and China officials cooled tensions over the weekend, laying the groundwork for President Trump and President Xi to clinch a trade deal this week. So that's what's raising the entire market, stocks and crypto. Just like we said on the video before this that I did about crypto. I want you guys to see that. That will appear in your upper right hand corner when this video is over. If you have crypto, I want you to watch that because there's a lot of stuff going on both ways with crypto. We're going to discuss that. We are just going to kind of breeze through today. All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay. So I wanted you guys to see this. This is one of the portfolios we have. I shared it that, we got VUG, QQQ, and FundStrat. They're all up. But let's just look at the Nasdaq. Let's just go right to the Nasdaq. We can see the Nasdaq is absolutely mooning on this news, up 400 points at one point. Look at that. And that is a great Monday, right? In anticipation that a deal will be made. What did that lift? It lifted stocks like NVDA up 2%, Alphabet up 3%, Intel up 3%, Tesla was up as much as 5% today. Okay, and that's good. So if you have big tech, your big tech portfolio is looking good. And if all of your stocks are red today, if you're not in profit today, it's something wrong with your portfolio, right? So now, what else is going on? These are some of my growth stock. They're going up really nice. SoFi is doing really well, and so is Palantir. Palantir was up by 3%. So this, good people, is the power of just being patient and holding, right? Just holding long and being patient, right? So, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me play a little clip for you.
Drew Pettit is U.S. equity strategist at Citi. He's maintaining his 6,600 year-end target on the S&P 500, which is below where we are now. So, Drew, I guess I'll start there. Then you think things are going to look a little bit more bearish than bullish here as we move into year-end?
Always the beauty of being a strategist on Wall Street, right? Targets are never right. This is why we spend a lot of time on the bull and bear cases. But on 6,600, the way we kind of spin this is fair value for what we see in visible growth if you discount it back to today. Where we're getting proven wrong right now is the current earnings season is actually started off better than we expected heading into the quarter. And on top of that, while we were pretty bullish on our earnings estimate for 2026, we're slowly seeing the consensus numbers creep up to and almost surpassing our outlook for next year. So how you get more bullish from here, at least fundamentally, is growth, and more growth.
So I may not agree with his price target, but what he says has a lot of teeth to it. So what he's saying is the year-end run-up, the so-called Christmas rally, is happening right now. And so it's taking all of the air out of the balloon, okay? And so he's just saying that the year-end run-up is happening right now. And it already hit his target, as you could see. But we have to have growth, to his point, for this market to continue to go up like this. Now, this market is propped up and it is expensive. And you got to think beyond a deal being made. I do believe that there's going to be some profit taking And you have to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, and when to run. All right. And so what does that mean, Larry? Should I sell everything? I'm not telling you to sell anything. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just saying don't overstay your welcome. That's all. Remember, it's just like we went to the bank on the quantum computing stock, which are up today, even more because of this news, right? I took my money and we left. There's one or two of you guys that went into the conference room and saw somebody's sandwich, ate it, saw somebody's beverage, drunk it, and fell asleep. And then the cops are going to come and arrest you in the bank that you were supposed to have been robbing. All right. And so I want you to use that analogy. Don't overstay your welcome. Now, what else do we have? We have major things happening this week. We have CPI on Wednesday, and the Fed is expected to lower interest rates by at least 25 basis points. On top of that, we have earnings, and we have major earnings. This is the biggest earnings week of this quarter. All right. So look at here. We got today. We got, you still got Wells. You can see some of the ones we have here. Right. But when you get into the 28th, which is Tuesday, UNH, you could see that. You could see RCL. You could see UPS, and PayPal. PayPal is tomorrow. All right. But what happens on Wednesday? That's when the big boys come in. You got Microsoft, Google, Meta. You can see that. Bank of America. You can see the big boys come in on Wednesday as the Fed is doing his rate decision and talk. So Wednesday is going to be a mammoth day. And then we have the president that is in Asia right now, and we have to see what's going to happen on these deals. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you're up, if you're still in quantum computing and you believe it, and you're up good today, all right, Rigetti's up 3.76% at the time of filming this. I just want you to know that, yeah, if we get news that the president and she did a deal, we can still run up. But just like this gentleman said, reality will set in at some point. Now, I don't know if he's right or wrong, but it will set in at some point. What else do we have? Let's go to crypto. Crypto market is exploding, and one man is betting on its collapse. So you got a whale that is shorting. See here, high risk, high leverage trader James Nguyen has initiated a 40x leverage short on Bitcoin. Insane. Betting against the current market surge. That is insane. Nguyen's bold short trade comes at a time when optimism is rising. You guys see that, right? So is it time to panic? Well, you got to look at both sides of the coin, right? Read this. Now, let's look at the date. This was posted today, October 27. What was posted yesterday on October 26? Look at that. Wells keep buying and betting on Bitcoin. 116K next? Question mark. And then it says, Wells are bullish on Bitcoin, BTC, with multiple positions on chain, signals, and expert analysts surfacing despite recent consolidation. You could see what's going on here. So you have negative and positive going with crypto, both at the same time. Now, Bitcoin did take the 115 today. It actually took over 115, but it has cooled down. I'll still call that 115, 114,978. We'll still call that 115. Bitcoin up 1.2% in the last 24 hours, and Ethereum up 3.34% in the last 24 hours. We got XRP still fighting, all right? So we can see here, what do we always look at? We could see that this is now going into, it's bagging back off. You know, it goes up to here and it bags off. And then last week we were down here. Remember, we buy fear, we sell greed. Does that mean that we're out, everything is clear and we're out of trouble? I don't think so. Right now I'm holding. And that's all I could say. And is it a tough time? It is a tough time. No one has a crystal ball. That's why I say anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I want you to watch the video that's coming in this box behind this video, and you make a decision for yourself. You are responsible for your bank, your pocket, and your money. Meanwhile, you got companies that are laying people off. Amazon plans to cut as many as 30,000 jobs. Look at that. 30,000 corporate employees, source told Reuters. Look at that. The job cuts will begin on Tuesday, 2 days before the online retail giant reports quarterly earnings. So this happens all of the time. They're trying to show that they're operating more lean, right? Which sometimes, unfortunately, people are losing their jobs and the stock go up because they're operating leaner. Unfortunately, a lot of robots, especially with Amazon, and I do have Amazon, I'm bullish on the stock. There's going to be robots taking care of your jobs. And if you're not doing anything about that right now, shame on you. And in closing, I want you to just peek this. All right, here we go. So this is an ETF growth. You guys have seen this. I've shown this a lot of times. SoFi, Roblox, Palantir, and Affirm. You guys saw when it was down $10,000 in one day. And we have regained that and now are positive. What did we do when it was down by $10,000? We bought. And now we made money off of what we bought. All right. Then you have VUG, QQQ, and mostly Granny. Now, IDAV and EMQQ, those are newer. But as you can see, these are ETFs that I'm up 20% in ETFs. And what do you see at the top in the right-hand corner? I have a ton of cash. Why? Because these are long-term. I've done well with this portfolio. I have cash because when things come down, I'm going to buy, and I'm going to buy more, and I'm going to buy heavy, and I'm just going to be long on these plays, good people. Listen, stock up you is where you want to be. That description is in the description below, should I say. That link is in the description below, and it will be in a pinned comment. Listen, it's time to learn, all right? Learn, test, earn, okay? And that's what I want you to do. I actually have it written down. Learn, okay? You want to invest, learn, test, earn. Invest, learn, test, earn. Invest in yourself, learn, test it before you put your hard-earned money at risk, and then you earn. That's what we want you to do. Stock up you is where you want to be. You can buy now, pay later, and you want to educate yourself. And so if you want to learn what you need to learn how to make profits like this and like this, that's in Stock Up You. If you want to know more than a lot of these people about crypto, Stock Up You. And right now, every single day, we are unleashing a new lesson in options for dummies in Stock Up You. Okay. And for those of you that already have it, congratulations. Make sure you use coupon code LEARN, LEARN at checkout. Make sure you use that code so you can get that nice deep discount. Okay. We will see you guys mañana, tomorrow. Make sure you download. If you don't have Stock Up You, make sure you get it. Meanwhile, watch this video right here in your upper right hand corner. We'll see you tomorrow.